Hello everyone, I thought I'd give a quick review on the Metaspeed Sky Paris. Now this is a very elite carbon plated running shoe and I am not necessarily an elite runner as of yet. Most of the people I've seen reviewing this shoe online are quite elite racers. They're either in that 2 to 2:30 marathon category. Even sub 3 I would say is very impressive. I'm going to put my stats and height, weight, everything up on the screen right now to give you a bit of an idea of where I currently sit. But before I start with the actual review, I will say if you're interested in this shoe, the best possible thing to do, if you can, get down to the shop, try them on yourself. You can watch a million reviews, but actually putting your foot in the shoe and going for a jog on the spot, or if the shop has a treadmill, is the best way to go about it. But yeah, I'm not going to bore you with the specs. I know you can find a lot of that online. I'm just want to tell you about my experience with the shoe, why I bought it, how I feel about it, and if I will be keeping it. So I decided to pick up this shoe while training for a 5K race. There's many options, I didn't really know where to look, but I decided to head down to the local ASICS store, and they obviously have the Metaspeed Sky Paris here, and they also have the Metaspeed Edge as well. And I first tried the Edge, I hopped on the treadmill, and realistically if you looked at my cadence you would think that the Edge would suit me better. But as soon as I hopped on the treadmill and started running, I felt like I'd never run before. It just felt so uncomfortable and weird. And then the bloke recommended the Skies, and I tried these guys on and it just felt amazing. I was just bouncing. As I said, this was trying on my first carbon plated running shoe and it was just a whole other world. I just had no idea that you could have this experience whilst running. So yeah, as soon as trying them on in the shop and going for a little run on the treadmill, I knew these were the shoes for me. As soon as I got home, I took these out of the box, and the first thing that just blew me away is how light these are. In my men's size 9, they come to 181 grams, which is just absolutely ridiculous. It feels like you have nothing on. For me, I did go true to size with these. Some people half size up, but I'm kind of between an 8.5 and a 9, so the 9 fit perfectly for me. The upper is nice and snug. It's a very nice material. My pinky toe was kind of pushed quite aggressively up to the side here, but I never got any blisters or anything like that. I'd say I have a pretty neutral foot size. If you do have a foot that's kind of on the wider end, well, it's up to you. These shoes may work for you, but they are quite slim. So that's something to be aware of. So the first time I took these shoes out, the ride was just, it's insane. Honestly, it's so absolutely ridiculous. It's just so much fun. You want to take it out all the time, but that is not the purpose of this shoe. This is a racing shoe, and it's important to have a shoe for race day that makes you want to go fast and you just get excited about putting them on, and that's exactly how I felt about these. Just running at quicker paces feels so much easier in this shoe. Now, as I said, this is my first carbon plated running shoe, so I don't really have too much to compare it to. I did try the Adios Pro 3s. I wore them at the Perth Half Marathon last year. I borrowed them off my friend. Quite different rides, to be honest. The Adios Pro 3s, a little bit more firm but much more stable. These kind of have just a little bit more pop and snap. But yeah, the stability on these is it's interesting. I wouldn't personally wear this for a marathon, maybe for a half, but that's pushing it. 5-10Ks is where this shoe really shines for me, and I'll get a little bit more into that at the end. The Metaspeed Sky Paris, it's an incredible shoe. It's light, it's bouncy, it's fun, and it's super aggressive. Now that being said, it is not for everybody and it's not for every pace, and that's why I probably won't be keeping it in my rotation. So this is an incredible shoe. I just personally don't believe I'm at the right stage in my running career to get the most out of this shoe. I'm currently booked in for a marathon, my first ever marathon, and I'm going to be looking to run around that 5:40 pace. And this is just way too unstable for me at that pace. I've seen a couple people on Reddit saying they've worn this shoe at a 6-minute pace, 5:30, 5-minute pace. And look, if it works for you, it works for you. But for me, I have more reliable, better stable options out there. If I was looking at just improving my 5K time, which is around that 4:10 to 4:15 pace, I would be keeping this shoe. It's incredible at that pace and quicker than that pace as well. So when I was doing 400 repeats at like a 3:30 or 3:45, that's when this shoe just absolutely decided to shine, and I felt I was actually getting the most out of this shoe. At that slower paces, so my half marathon pace around that 4:50 to 5 minute per kilometer, also a little bit too slow for me. So it's just something to be mindful of. I'm personally not keeping this shoe. I'm gonna sell it because I don't like shoes just collecting dust. I'd rather it go to a better home. Someone's gonna be getting the most out of it. If I ever go back to wanting to improve my 5K time, might be a shoe that I'll pick up. But for now, that's not where I'm at. And if my fitness level gets really good and in 3 or 4 years time, I'm looking at running, a sub 3 hour marathon, I may be picking this shoe. That means I'm running around that 4:10 pace again. And like I said, that's where this shoe really shines. It wouldn't be too unstable at that point. So yes, this one is about to go, but I have snagged an absolute bargain and I'm gonna show you it right now. So I picked up this next shoe for $100. Are you ready? So I picked up this pair of Adios Pro 3s from Marketplace for $100. Only been running like once or twice. Absolute crazy deal because this brand new is about $360. They don't sell these anymore, they're onto the Pro 4s. This is something I'll get a bit better use out of just because it has a bit of a stable base. It's a carbon plated shoe, yes, but I can do my long runs in this. I can, do a 5K in this. These perform really well at that distance. I can perform 10K, half marathon, full marathon, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, this is just a lot more versatile for where I'm at in my running career. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in for that review of the Metaspeed Sky Paris. Hopefully that helped you out with your decision making a little bit. I know sometimes it can get a bit overwhelming with the amount of shoes and what actually fits best for you. And look, sometimes you just need to make a decision. It might not be the right one. Purchase them, and then, if that shoe doesn't work out for you, then you can always sell it and then try something new. It's not the end of the world. But yes, hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you in the next one.